go. Atma Namaste, everyone. Atma Namaste, Christian R. Long, Life Enhancement Consultant, giving you a big and beautiful shout out on Christmas Eve. I'm at my place, just relaxing. Got back from what's the gang sign for Whole Foods that Amazon now owns? You know the funny thing about Amazon buying Whole Foods? They bought Amazon for $13 billion. What's going on? Thanks for sharing, Marios. Amazon bought Whole Foods for $13 billion, and then I believe it was the next day that announcement was made. The value of Amazon stock went up over $13 billion. So they basically got Whole Foods for free. Brilliant. Anyways, so I just got back from Whole Foods, and I was doing some work there because I like to throw myself into work, whether it's Sunday, Monday, or any time of the day, week or night. What's going on, Kelly? Atma Namaste. And my ears are super cold. Now, you know how everybody has like their own idiosyncrasies, things that they do, they like to do or don't like to do, and the rest of the world doesn't really relate to that. What's up, Terry? Atma Namaste. One of my things is folding my ears when it's cold. I know it sounds weird. There's only one other person I know in the world who does that, who plays with his ears, who is a full-grown man, and that was actually my best friend for 17 years. I noticed he's always playing with his ears when he's thinking, and I was like, I play with my ears too, but I only play with my ears when they're cold. So a little random nugget to share with you guys. Thanks for listening. What's up, Ron? Good to have you back on. So at Whole Foods, they have this rose-flavored tea, rose hip, Tulsi, I believe is the name of the tea, and the brand is Allegro. Now, I don't know if you're a big fan of Whole Foods Allegro coffee. I am not a big fan of Allegro coffee, but their Allegro rose tea is off the chain. So I'm having my tea, connecting with you guys for this evening, and I want to talk about love. What's up, Lisa? Atma Namaste. I want to talk about love because this time of year, there's a lot of opportunity for us to connect with friends, connect with family members, connect with strangers, like serving the homeless, attending a soup kitchen, a volunteering program, being of service to other people. And it's interesting. I learned this in pranic healing many, many years ago from my teacher, Grandmaster Cho Koksui, the founder of pranic healing and Arhatic yoga. What's going on, Alice? And it was really fascinating because I was this person. I don't know if you can relate to this, but when the holiday season came around, Halloween, Thanksgiving, New Year, Christmas, New Year's, my mindset was always commercialization, commercialization, commercialization. It's all about companies making money. It's not about the spirit of giving. It's not about time with family and friends. What's up, Nola? It's all about the almighty dollar. And it took me watching a stream. It wasn't a live stream. It was a recorded stream from one of the masters in pranic healing. This is around 2009, 2010. I think it was the Christmas of 2009. And what was revealed in that stream was very fascinating to me. That the great ones, meaning the great beings that guide, hey Daryl, Atma Namaste, the great beings that guide the evolution of humanity and evolution of the cosmos, would you consider them to be relatively intelligent? Would you consider them to be more intelligent than us? Most likely, right? So there's a prayer, the prayer of St. Francis of Assisi, that it is in the giving that we receive. It is in the giving that we receive. So even if we reluctantly give, something happens to the heart. Does anyone want to take a stab at what that is? When you give, the heart chakra, because it's in the giving that we receive, so when we give love, we receive love. When we give joy, we receive joy. When we give money, we receive money. Part of it, hey Heather, Atma Namaste, the heart chakra opens up and becomes more activated. Now, is the heart chakra, hey Deepa, is the heart chakra open or closed? The heart chakra, like all the chakras, are open. Because if they weren't open, we wouldn't be alive in the physical body. So it's not a question of whether they're open or closed. What's up, Elizabeth? It's more the question is to what degree are they open, or to what degree are they activated? So the great ones in their infinite wisdom plant the idea of the holidays that go throughout the entire planet, because Christmas isn't celebrated everywhere, but there are holidays that coincide with the winter solstice, the spring solstice, that correspond with the full moon. So different traditions celebrate holidays differently at different times. But what's up to Elizabeth back to back? How are you guys? But the same principle applies as you give, you receive. So every time one person gives to another person or gives to another cause, the heart chakra becomes a little bit more activated, a little bit more open. And then guess what? When you have an open, activated heart chakra, do you feel more inner peace, more happiness, more joy, more stillness? So isn't that brilliant that even if you reluctantly give during the holiday season, Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's, you're still getting the opportunity to evolve? Because this is a kind of a funny conversation, which I am forever in the process of learning and growing and becoming better at. There was an Arhatic yoga retreat this past year in California that I had the honor and pleasure to attend with hundreds of other Arhatic yogis from around the world. So Arhatic yoga is the yoga system that my teacher, Grandmaster Cho Koksui, developed over 25 years ago. So it's basically a yoga system to properly, rapidly, and safely evolve the incarnated soul to the higher soul, and then the higher soul to the divine spark, and ultimately back to God. So it's a very, very powerful system of spiritual growth and development. So when I had the wonderful opportunity to meet with one of the master pranic healers and had a private conversation with him poolside, and myself and another friend of mine who are very, 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 I don't know if you can relate to this, very, 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 very mental people. We want to understand everything. We want everything to be clearly articulated and explained from point A to point Z and beyond, right? So we're always looking for answers. We're always looking for understanding. We're always looking for how do we discern something from being truth versus non-truth. Very, very mental people. So we pulled this master aside and we said, Master. Now, master, by the way, is the distinction of one's proficiency in some area. Just like you have a master carpenter, a master plumber, a master electrician. It doesn't mean we bow down to them. It doesn't mean that they're above us and we're below them. It's simply, what's up, Paula? It's simply a designation of their level of mastery in their particular field. So if you're a master of energy, what's up, Jeffrey? And you've been able to produce miraculous healings over a 23, 24-year period of doing this modality, you reach a level of proficiency. So we give the title or distinction or designation of master. So we said, Master, what's the secret? What's the secret to enlightenment? What's the secret to having greater awareness and greater understanding and greater discernment? And he kind of like smiles and he looks around and he says, the wisdom is in the heart. And my friend and I both stopped. We looked at each other. We looked back at the master and we're like, awesome. But what else is there? Because we're so mental, we couldn't transcend our own thinking. We couldn't transcend the mental box that we had created to be able to recognize the simple yet profound truth that the wisdom that we are seeking is in the heart. Deepa says, even I learned a lot from you. Everything I'm sharing with you guys that is accurate is from my teacher, Master Choa. Everything I'm sharing with you that is inaccurate are my own filters, biases, negative beliefs, limited beliefs. So that's on me, right? So all credit to Master Choa for what he's taught me over 13 years. By the way, this tea is phenomenal. So this master said the wisdom is in the heart. But isn't it interesting that our traditional education system and then our traditional work environments don't acknowledge the wisdom of the heart? What we focus on, or what we acknowledge, or what we give more focus to is the Ajna chakra that deals with willpower and understanding, and the throat chakra that deals with concrete intelligence and knowledge, like reading books, getting information. The throat chakra deals with that, and then the Ajna chakra understands the information that we received. But if we were able to tap into our heart center more often and access the wisdom of the heart, it allows us to access higher intuition and greater insight without having to do all the studying. Have you ever met somebody who just knows the answer, but they've never picked up a book on it? That's an example of somebody who's living from higher intuition or living from a more heart-centered space. So I'm not claiming in tonight's stream that I have mastered the heart chakra. In fact, doing this practice for 13 years and having the opportunity to do the Twin Hearts meditation, which we do on Sunday mornings and Tuesday evenings, I've had the opportunity to do the Twin Hearts meditation over 3,700 times. You heard that correctly. I've had the opportunity to do the Twin Hearts meditation over 3,700 times over the past 13 years. And even now, I'm in awe of the capacity and the beauty and the healing energies that can come from the heart, that can come from the heart chakra, and how powerful it is as an agent for change, an agent for healing, for not only the practitioner who's doing the meditation, but also for the people that that practitioner is connecting with. Because think about it. If you expanded your ability to love, if you expanded your ability to serve, if you expanded your ability to have inner peace and joy by a factor of 10, how valuable would your role be in the world? So would we consider Mother Teresa to have a big heart chakra? Would we consider Gandhi to have a big heart chakra? Would we consider Dr. Martin Luther King to have a big heart chakra? Would we consider Albert Schweitzer, Dr. Albert Schweitzer, to have a big heart chakra? Yes, right? Would we consider, for those of you who know Master Choa and know the work that he has done, would we consider Master Choa to have a big heart chakra? So look at their love for humanity and what that love was able to do to transform literally, sup Larissa, Atma Namaste, what that love was able to do to transform humanity. And it started with one person focusing on the heart and operating their lives from the heart. Now, like I said, I'm not fully there. I don't claim to be a saint. I don't claim to be a realized holy master in disguise. I'm just like you guys. I'm on the path to becoming a better person each and every day. I make mistakes all the time. I don't watch my words properly. I don't watch my emotions properly. But guess what? Each and every day, I get better at it. I get better at being aware of my thoughts. I get better at being aware of my speech. I get better at being aware of my emotions. And I get better at being aware of my physical body. Because every day that you become more and more aware of those things, you can transform. There's a saying that I actually operate my business by. For those of you who do not know, I've been a professional energy healer for 13 years. And I operate my business based on the one teaching or one sutra that my teacher, Grandmaster Choa Koksui, came up with many, many years ago. He says, without awareness, there's no inner transformation. I'll say that again. Without awareness, there's no inner transformation. So when one has awareness of their thoughts and of their feelings, then they are consciously aware of what they are planting. And then they will know what they're going to harvest. So the example would be like a farmer. If a farmer has the awareness that I'm holding in my hand seeds of wheat, then when I plant these seeds of wheat in the ground, in a period of time, I'm going to get wheat as my harvest. Or if I'm holding mango seeds in my hand and I throw those seeds into the ground, I'm going to get a mango tree eventually. Or apple seeds, and I'm going to get an apple tree eventually, right? So it's having the awareness of what seeds we're putting in the ground. So what are the seeds as a human soul? The seeds are our thoughts and our feelings. So how you think and how you feel determines what your speech will be, and will also determine what your actions will be. So you can always tell how somebody thinks by how they speak. Does that make sense? If somebody speaks they have a lot of vulgarity, they have a lot of negative self-talk, or they have talk that is angry or critical to other people, you know that those are the thoughts that they have about themselves and about the world. But if the person has what's up, Jessica? But if the person has very loving speech, very kind speech, very encouraging, supportive speech that uplifts people, then you know those are the thoughts that that person has about themselves and about other people. It's really, really fascinating. So that's how you can be a quote-unquote mind reader and know what other people are thinking. As soon as somebody opens their mouth, you know exactly where they're coming from in their thoughts. Now, your emotions are also the indicators of what your actions will be. So your emotions are other seeds that you're planting in the inner world. So if you have a lot of fear, then you're planting that in the inner world, and then you will reap experiences to give you fear, or doubt, or anxiety, or stress, or discouragement, or depression, or anger. So those feelings you have inside of you, you plant those in the ground, energetically speaking, and then you reap those in your life. So that's why it's super, super important to practice awareness on all levels, each and every moment of your life. You're like, Christian, there's no way I can be aware of my thoughts and my feelings all the time. Well, can you be more aware of your thoughts and your feelings today than you were aware of your thoughts and feelings yesterday? Yes. Now, the next day, can you be more aware, just a little bit, can you be just a little bit more aware of your thoughts and your feelings than you are today? Yes. So as you do that day by day, week by week, month by month, year by year, you will transform into a completely and utterly different person and a better person, so you can be a greater instrument of goodwill and the will to do good for your friends, your family members, for your work environment, for your vendors, your employees, your employers, and the world at large. But guess what, guys? Inner work is not easy, because inner work forces you to constantly, vigilantly look at how you're showing up in the world. It's really interesting. I've had the opportunity to do over 325 hours of live streams on Facebook, YouTube, and Periscope over the past 3 years, roughly. And you know what's really fascinating is if I look at my earlier videos and then I look at my videos now, it's almost like a different human being. True, there's some degree of like, oh, still have brown hair, still have glasses, still have, I didn't have a beard then, right? So there's some similarities. But if you look at the energy and how I was showing up and how I was communicating and how I was talking and how I was making points and the types of stories I was using, the energy is much, much different, because it took me years to have more awareness of how am I thinking in this moment? How do I want to communicate those thoughts? What am I feeling in this moment? And then how do I want to show up in my actions around those feelings? So again, The seeds that you have in your life are your thoughts and your feelings. If you want to have a better life, right, you have to plant better seeds. If you're a farmer and all you're doing is planting wheat, but you're like, I want to have mango trees and apple trees and pineapple trees, but you keep planting seeds of wheat, you can't expect you to get a different harvest. You're only going to get what you plant. It's a universal law. I'm not making up these laws. I had to be taught these laws just like most people have to be taught these laws. And then if you look over your life, you can go, you know what? The reason I'm where I am right now is because of the previous thoughts and the previous feelings that I had about certain situations in my life. But here's the thing. You have to forgive yourself. You have to go, well, the person I was 5 years ago or 10 years ago had less awareness of the thoughts, the feelings, and I was operating from the best level of knowledge that I knew how to operate from. Now that I'm more aware in the present day, I can sow better thoughts, better feelings, to have better speech and better behavior and actions in the future. That's it. So beating yourself up doesn't serve you. Believe me, I've had to do a lot of inner work in my own life about letting go of the past, forgiving myself, moving forward, recognizing that I don't have all the answers, I'll never have all the answers, and I'll do the best that I can with where I'm at. But staying in one space and beating yourself up for not being a good person 15 years ago, 10 years ago, 5 years ago, doesn't move your life forward. One of the masters in pranic healing does a lot of triathlons with his sons. And he didn't want to finish the race one time. And his son was his, what's up, Monica? His son was the encouraging factor for that day. And he says, Dad, if you can't run anymore, jog. And if you can't jog anymore, walk. And if you can't walk anymore, crawl. But whatever you do, what's up, Minnie? What's up, Jennifer? Whatever you do, keep moving forward. So that's my little tip for you guys, relating it back to the heart chakra. If you feel that you don't have enough inner peace in your life, if you don't have enough joy in your life, if you don't have enough pleasure in your life, if you feel disconnected from people, then recognize it's partly due to the heart chakra not being activated enough. Okay, so what can you do to activate the heart chakra? Well, one recommendation is to do the Twin Hearts meditation on a regular basis. You just type it in, Twin Hearts meditation, or go to pranichealing.com/meditation. pranichealing.com/meditation. And it's a 15-minute free meditation that you can do. And each and every time you do it, the heart becomes a little bit more activated, a little bit more activated, a little bit more activated. And that is how you will have inner peace. So many people are striving to have inner peace in their lives, but they keep looking outside of themselves in order to have that inner peace. And it's not about the next relationship, the next job promotion, the next big payday, the next city you move to. It's none of those things. Those are factors that influence your happiness, but long-lasting happiness comes from within. And we hear that all the time. Happiness comes from within. Happiness comes from within. But you know what's missing? No one gives the tool, the technique, or the instruction on how to have that happiness, how to generate that happiness from within. So one of my greatest recommendations is to practice the Twin Hearts meditation on a regular basis to generate the happiness from within. And then as the heart becomes more activated, as your aura, your meridians, and your chakras become more cleansed of denser, lower vibrational energies, and you're able to go higher and access greater feelings of inner peace, of happiness, of joy, of enthusiasm, of bliss, you'll be like, this is what I've been looking for my entire life. But it's a practice. It's something you do day by day by day. Likewise, if you went into a gym, let's say you want to lose 20 pounds for the new year, for 2018, you want to lose 20 pounds. If you go into the gym and you work out one time, even if it's a 3-hour long workout, you're doing free weights, you're doing machines, you're doing cardio, you're drinking lots of water, you're not eating any calories, is it fair to say that you're going to healthily lose 20 pounds in one workout? Probably not, right? There's no probably. It's not possible. So, having the same mindset as, if I want to get healthy physically, it's going to take a period of time to do that. Not a day, not a week, not even a month. It's going to take 6 to 12 months of sustained effort in order to move your life forward. So it's the same thing with spirituality. It's the same thing on the meditation path. If you want to become a bigger, brighter soul to benefit other people, it's going to take time. It's going to take time. So you need to be patient with yourself. You need to be compassionate with yourself. What's up, Karina? You need to be patient with yourself, compassionate with yourself, loving with yourself, understanding with yourself. Because guess what? On the path of becoming a better person, are you going to make mistakes? Yup. On the path to becoming a greater soul, to be a greater instrument of goodwill for other people, are you going to make mistakes? Yes. The most successful business people, what's up, Adam? The most successful business people, the most successful spiritual leaders, the most successful musicians, successful dancers, successful celebrities, in general, have made the most mistakes of anybody else. So recognizing that, if you want to be the best in the world at what you do, what you're attracted to, what you feel called to do, you're going to make a lot of mistakes along the way, and that's okay. I make mistakes all the time. The goal is to make not the same mistake again. So you make a mistake, you have awareness, you're like, wow, I made a mistake. What did I do? Okay, what will I do better moving forward? I'm going to let go of the past, and I'm going to move forward. That's it. Right? So isn't it funny that spiritual development and personal development, there's thousands of books written in 100 plus languages, yet people still feel dissatisfied, they still feel lost, they still feel confused, they still feel that they're not good enough, that they're not worthy enough. You know why, guys? This is a big part of it. Because reading a book, which I want to promote this book, by the way, reading this book isn't going to change your life. It's assimilating and applying the teachings in this book over a prolonged period of time that will change your life. So how many of us go to Amazon, we download a book onto our Kindle, or we download a book somewhere else, or we go to Barnes & Nobles or Borders or wherever we are, and we buy the book, and we read it, and we're like, huh, that's interesting. And then we put the book off to the side, and it gathers a bunch of dust, and we never assimilate and apply the teachings. So that's a big, big factor that I want to share with you guys tonight. It's if opening the heart and activating the heart and having a bigger, more loving, more service-orientated heart is important to you, it's going to require much, much more than simply reading a book. So this book was bought by a friend of mine, given to me about 4 months ago. And it's called How to Love by the Vietnamese Buddhist monk Thich Nhat Hanh. It's a great book. And the funny thing is, this book is super, super simple. Look how thin it is. Look. Super, super thin, super simple. What's up, Cassandra? Look, not a lot of words on each page. The pages are small. There's illustrations. But check this out. If you applied the teachings of this book over a prolonged period of time, your life will transform. But what do? We buy the book, we read the book, we feel, and I'm not saying this is for everybody, I'm making a general statement because I was there many times. We feel that our cup is full, we already have all the answers, we already know everything. So we read this book and we're like, yeah, I know that. Yep, I know that too. Man, he's not saying anything different. 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 And so we put this priceless book off to the side. It gathers dust, and we're on to the next book, the next webinar, the next seminar, the next retreat, the next class, and we're not assimilating the energies and information and teachings in those vehicles and vessels as well. So my point is, practice. What's up, Ina? Good to have you on, girl. Practice what you're learning from a book, from a seminar, from a teacher, from a healer, from a retreat. Practice these things, and that will transform your life. So I hope that helps. Drinking my amazing rose tea from Allegro. I should get like a sponsor, I don't know, a sponsor shout out, or they send me a check in the mail. For any of you who are looking to transform your lives for 2018, feel free, I don't know if that's my package, feel free to go to christianarlong.com, go to the bottom where it says Inner Transformation Package Application, fill out the application, and I will call you directly and find out if we would be suitable and compatible to work with one another for this transformation package. Many people have gone through the program. It's a 10-week program, and I guarantee you it'll take you from a caterpillar to a butterfly in your life. Guarantee it. I've seen it over and over and over and over again in the people that I've worked with, and I look forward to serving you. So, any other questions, comments, concerns, feel free. I'll give you guys another 10 or 15 seconds. Throw in a comment in the bottom. Throw in a question about anything that we covered tonight on the rose tea, on activating the heart, the importance of being more loving, on the spiritual path. I always wonder why there's a lag time. I think I know why there's a lag time. I think I just figured it out. They say in public speaking, when you're putting on an event on stage, a live event, that there should never be silence for more than, I think, 3 to 5 seconds, unless you're trying to make a point. But have you ever noticed that on any live event, there's never more than 5 seconds of silence? Because when there's more than 5 seconds, what's up, Kate? When there's more than 5 seconds of silence, it becomes awkward for everybody. And then it like drops the energy in the room, it drops the enthusiasm, it drops the harmony, people start getting stressed out and fearful and like, what's going on? So I noticed the similar energies in the live streams. So anyways, thank you guys very much for sharing tonight. Thank you for joining. I hope you got value out of this. If you got value out of tonight's stream, definitely share it on your page. And I look forward to serving you in the very near future for your coaching and healing needs. This is Christian Arlong, Life Enhancement Consultant, wishing you a big and beautiful Christmas Eve, and I will be connecting with you guys tomorrow at 10 a.m. for a very special Twin Hearts meditation. Talk to you guys soon. Atma, namaste. Bye-bye.